In a quaint Vietnamese village, where traditions and superstitions intertwine, an eerie tale of the supernatural unfolds. Master Ta Graveyou, a renowned Taoist adept in ancient rituals, is summoned by a devout couple to cleanse their home of a lingering, unsettling smell that hints at something far more sinister than a mere decaying rat. Pouring 2 cups of fragrant tea that released a light white mist, the host respectfully held a cup with both hands and smiled as he offered it to the master Taoist. "Please, master, enjoy some tea. This is hook-shaped tea that I asked someone from Tan Quang to bring back personally. Please, try it." Master Taoist, seeing the host's enthusiasm, paused his questioning. He gently brought the cup of tea to his lips, closed his eyes, took a small breath, and sipped to savor it. Indeed, the tea was delicious. Master Taoist said, "Thank you for treating my apprentice and me so hospitably. Not only is the food delicious, but the morning tea is also so fragrant." Tu, hearing the master's compliment, took a cup and downed it in one go, burning his tongue in the process. Unlike what the master said, Tu didn't find it fragrant or tasty. He only felt a slight bitterness at the tip of his tongue but had to admit that the aroma from the cup was quite pleasant. Both the master Taoist and the host laughed heartily at the way Tu drank the tea. Tu had no idea what they were laughing at. The master Taoist returned to the conversation. "The tea is fragrant, the food is delicious, the setting is airy, however, there is still a smell that I find unsettling." The host hurriedly asked, "Master, what smell is that? Please tell me, and I will have someone clean it up immediately." The master Taoist looked at the host and said, "The smell of decay, the smell of a long dead corpse." The host hurriedly called his wife. "Where are you? Call Thi, the maid, to come here. Period. Quickly." Immediately, his wife and a girl of about 16 years old rushed up. In front of everyone, the host asked his wife, "How do you and Thi clean the house that the master can smell something rotten? Check the corners, under the bed, and under the cupboard to see if the dogs or cats have dragged meat or bones and hidden them somewhere, or if there is a dead rat anywhere. Hurry up." The wife responded, "How can there be a bad smell? I tell Thi to clean the house thoroughly every morning. Moreover, since the master has been here, we've been burning fragrant incense all the time." Tu thought to himself as he looked at the master, "Why would there be a bad smell? I haven't noticed anything." And as the host's wife said, ever since they exhumed the grave, they've been burning incense daily. The atmosphere has been very pleasant and warm. The master took another sip of tea and said to the host, "You are mistaken. The smell I am talking about is not from a piece of meat or a dead rat. It is the smell of death, the odor of a human corpse." Tu was startled when he heard his master say that. Not only Tu but the host and his wife were also gaping in shock. Meanwhile, the maid kept looking around under the table and cupboards for the bad smell the host mentioned. The host stammered, "Master, what do you mean?" His wife also softly asked, "You mean? Period. There is. Period. A dead person in our house. Period. That we don't know about." Master Ta Graveyou stroked his beard and gently replied, "I only said there is the smell of a dead body. Since this morning, I have walked from the front garden to the upper house. The smell of death is faint around here, not originating from this house. It's possible that you have brought a dead person into the house, or the dead body has entered your house somehow. That's why the smell of death still lingers here." The couple were extremely devout. They had gone to great lengths and spared no expense to invite Master Ta Graveyou here to exhume the grave of a family member. They had heard much about Master Ta Graveyou's reputation. Thus, when the master and his apprentice arrived, the couple treated them with utmost reverence. Observing the master's rituals and the meticulous way he cleaned each bone, precisely according to the auspicious times, only deepened their respect for him. Now hearing that there was a smell of death in their house, they were terrified. The husband turned to his wife and asked, "Have you attended any funerals recently, or visited a cemetery or any place where someone had died?" The wife replied, "No, I haven't attended any funerals in the past month. But you might have. Period. Master Ta Graveyou gently said, "This is not a spirit following you, but a dead body still lingering in the world." T, who had been listening all this time, was very confused. He asked his master, "How can a dead body remain in this world, master? I thought only the spirits of the dead who are not at peace linger in the world, becoming ghosts or demons that harm people. How can a dead body stay here?" The couple also found T's question reasonable. Master Ta Graveyou signaled T to close all the windows and doors. After everything was secured, he looked at T and explained, "Have you ever heard of Jiangshi? Period. T responded, yes, I've heard you mention it once. It's a kind of dead person turned into a demon by a spell, right? Master Ta Graveyou nodded slightly, that's correct. Essentially, Jiangshi is a kind of walking corpse, only active when there is no sunlight. Jiangshi usually kills living beings it encounters to absorb their life force, sustaining its own existence. T asked further, so you mean there's a Jiangshi here? Period. Question mark. Master Ta Graveyou said, I'm not sure because the art of turning corpses into Jiangshi has been lost for hundreds of years. Even in China, finding a master who can create Jiangshi is as difficult as plucking a star from the sky. But there are two types of Jiangshi. One type is created by masters who use spells to control them and make them perform tasks. The other type is, as you mentioned, spirits who died suddenly and don't realize they are dead, or they have unresolved grievances and thus linger in the mortal world. The controlled type are mindless corpses animated by spells when needed by the masters. The second type, resisting the will of heaven and clinging to their bodies which no longer belong in the mortal world, must absorb the life force of living beings to sustain themselves. The difficulty in recognizing them is that they stay indoors during the day and only come out at dusk, so few people notice the difference. Moreover, not everyone can see them. T nodded thoughtfully, but since the art of creating Jiangshi has been lost, only the second type remains. However, T had never heard of such demons before. Master Ta Graveyou glanced at the couple and said, in Vietnam, there are no Jiangshi, but they call these corpses quaint Trang. I've only heard about them, never encountered one. But I'm certain that your house has been visited by a quaint Trang. The tales Master Ta Graveyou mentioned are indeed well known among the people, though no one has ever seen one. While T was unfamiliar with Jiangshi, when his master mentioned quaint Trang, he suddenly recalled ghost stories told by an old beggar who used to sit under the banyan tree at the village entrance. As someone with a good memory, T still vividly remembered those stories. He asked his master, Master, is quaint Trang related to a black cat? Period. Question mark. Master Ta Graveyou's eyes widened slightly at the question, and he replied, indeed, in Vietnam, when mentioning quaint Trang, people often talk about Linh Miao. It's a black female cat that has been entwined by a cobra during the Đông festival. People call it Linh Miao because it usually lives on roof beams, with a longer tail and ears than normal cats. The most frightening thing is that if someone dies and Linh Miao jumps over their coffin, that person will come back to life. It's said that Linh Miao can open the gate of the netherworld, pulling the dead person's soul back. But that's just a legend. Ultimately, whether it's Linh Miao, spells, or lingering grievances, those who have died but still cling to the mortal world are against the will of heaven and will not have a good ending. If they don't harm themselves by making it difficult to be reborn, they also harm their own family. A house tainted with death will gradually decline and face calamity. The couple immediately knelt down and clasped their hands, pleading, please, Master, help our family. We have always lived well with everyone, doing good deeds and never harming anyone. Please, Master, help us. Master Ta Graveyou quickly helped the couple to their feet and said, don't worry. Your family only has the smell of death lingering. I will help cleanse it because I've seen how well you live. You give alms to beggars and treat guests with great respect. Moreover, seeing the villagers come to help your family shows how well you are regarded here. Sometimes calamity strikes suddenly. Everything in life has its meaning, including life and death. Where there is misfortune, there is also a way to resolve it. Don't worry, I will cleanse your house. But this is only a temporary solution because when I leave, quaint Trang might return without you knowing. So I have a few questions for you. The couple eagerly responded, yes, Master, please ask. We will do our best to help. Master Ta Graveyou told T to inform the maid she no longer needed to search for the source of the smell and asked the couple to send her to the kitchen to prepare lunch. In the quiet of the main house, Master Ta Graveyou asked, first, I would like to stay here for a while. Secondly, I want to ask if anyone in the village who was thought to be dead has come back to life recently?